Hi, I'm Adora, a content designer here at KiwiCo, and today we're building the probability machine. Are you ready for some spinny fun? Part A, build the machine. First, grab this wooden base piece. It's the part with just one big cutout. Next, click in a corner clip here. If you need to take off a corner clip, just squeeze the open end to loosen it. Then, grab the wooden base piece with no marks on it. Click it into this corner clip. Now add another corner clip here. Alright, find this wooden base piece with two cutouts and attach it to this corner clip. Our first stop and check. Make sure your build looks like this. Okay, now add this wooden piece here between your base. Slot into this hole first. Then this hole next. Then attach two corner clips to this wooden piece. Alright, now click the corner clips here. And here to the base. Make sure there aren't any gaps. Now attach an O-ring here. Then attach a T-nut into this slot in the rack. Alright, poke a big screw through the hole in this circular wooden piece. Then twist the piece with the screw here. Make sure to tighten all the way. Then press a foam circle on top. Now place the rack through this cutout. Then stretch the O-ring over the side and hook it here. Alright, twist in small screws here. And here. Make sure to screw them in tight. Then grab a spinner and the gear shaft. Face the spinner this way without the metal ring. Then poke the shaft through the hole. Next, repeat step 17 to add 2 more spinners. Make sure all the bearings face away from the gear. Now place a small foam circle on this side of the spinner. Then slot in the spinners into these slots on the base. Make sure the gear is lined up on this side where the rack is. Let's stop and check. Press the plunger a few times in a row. The wheels should spin toward the back. If they don't, check steps 17 through 20. Now, fold these pieces of the cover set. Then, push a cover set piece hard into this slot. You may need to poke a corner in first and then push in the rest. Now repeat on the other side, and remember to push hard. Awesome job, you've built the machine. Part B, wrap the spinners. First, grab the big cover set piece. Fold in these side tabs and make sure to fold the top of the tabs too. Then, fold this top piece down. Then fold here. And here. Now grab the machine from part A. Start to place the cover set over the machine. Pull the tab through this slot. And be sure to push hard. This can get a little tricky. Then place the tab into this slot on the other side. Now fold the strip along the lines like so. Alright, attach the strip to the spinner. Start with the end. The strip should sit flat and tight against the spinner. Now rotate the wheel away from you. Keep rotating, and remember, the wheel only rotates in one direction. Make sure the slot is flattened all the way down around the bar. It helps to use a finger to press the strip against the wheel. Alright, to finish with your strip, tuck this strip piece under the bar. Now, pull the cover down. You'll need to pull the cover around the plunger, like so. Then, push the tabs in. Tuck the hooks first, then push the rest in. Alright, pull the flap to the outside, like this. Let's stop and check. Make sure the wheels spin smoothly. If they don't, make sure the front flap isn't tucked in. If so, untuck it. Alright, if everything's going well, let's pause for a quick game of rock, paper, scissors. First, make one of these shapes, either a rock, paper, or scissor. Next, spin the wheels. See which shape the machine plays. Did you win? Here's a graphic that shows who wins and who loses. Alright, when you're ready to play another way, carefully pull out the strip so you can start a new game. I'll show you how. Okay, pull the tabs out. Then pull the cover back. Then find the blue piece, pull, and lift to untuck the end of the strip from the bar. Now hold the top of the strip and carefully pull to remove it like so. Alright, it's time to play more games. Now that you're done building, first up is a game called Smoothie Splat. To set up, first wrap the spinners with the Smoothie Splat strips. See how in part B, steps 5 through 11. Next, cut out cup pieces and stand them up. Now, spread out the game board. Alright, let me walk you through how to play. I'll be playing as 2 players just to show you how it goes. First, each player gets a cup and places their cup at the start. Then, you pick who goes first based on who had a banana the most recently. Once that's sorted out, the first person presses the plunger to start their turn. Here's a nifty chart explaining what your spin means. Use the pointers on the covers to see where the spin lands. If it lands directly in the middle of the wheel, go with the space at the bottom. Then you just read what your spin lands on to figure out how many spaces to move. For instance, I have a smoothie, a strawberry, and a banana. Smoothies are worth 0, strawberries 1, and bananas 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4, I move 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. I landed on a blank, and blanks or fruits mean I don't do anything and my turn ends. Now it's time for player 2. Let's say they spin. Now player 2 got a smoothie, an ice cube, and blueberries. Smoothies are 0, ice cubes are 0, and blueberries are 2, so they move a total of 2 spaces. They also landed on a blank, so they're good for now. And now it's back to my turn. Okay, I got a ice cube, blueberries, and another ice cube. That's 2, and I moved 2 spaces. So I landed on a splat. If you land on a splat, that means you go back to where your turn started. I moved forward 2, so now I'm moving back 2. And now it's player 2 again. And you guys just keep going like this until someone eventually reaches the smoothie. But there's some special spins you can get too. If you land on, say, 3 of the same fruit in a row, you can move up to the next space with that fruit. For me, that would be the space right in front of me. Or you can add up the numbers and move that many spaces. 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, which is way more than 1 space, so I'm gonna move up 9. Now, another cool condition for your machine is if it lands on 3 smoothies. 3 smoothies means you get to move all the way to the end of the game and you automatically win. It's hard, but it's so satisfying when you get it. There's also a more challenging version of Smoothie Splat called Risk It mode. It's basically the same as Smoothie Splat, except you have the choice to spin again for each turn. Here's a nifty chart explaining what happens after you spin in Risk It mode. Pause or take a screenshot so you can go back. All right, let me walk you through Risk It mode. Now, it's just like Smoothie Splat, except I get the chance to hit the plunger twice in 1 turn. You start by hitting the plunger. I landed on a blueberry, a strawberry, and a strawberry. So I get to move 4 spaces. But my turn's not over yet. I have the chance to hit the plunger again and take a risk. And that's what I'm gonna do. This time, I landed on a blueberry, an ice cube, and a strawberry. So I get to move 3 more spaces. Oh no, I landed on a splat. That means I have to go all the way back to the beginning of my turn. So Risk It mode gives you more opportunities to move further down the board, but it comes with risks. But what if I didn't land on splat on my second turn? What if I landed on this space? Well, I'd be able to bring my coaster all the way up under my cup and wait till my next turn. Now it's player 2's turn. They press the plunger, and this time they got a total of 4. So they're moving up 4 spaces. Now they have the choice to either risk it and spin again, or wait till the next turn. It looks like they're gonna take another risk. All right, this time they have a total of 2 spaces to move. 1, 2. Oh no, they got splat, so they're headed right back to where their coaster is. And they have to wait for the next turn to try again. And that's a quick intro for Risk It mode. It's a nice extra challenge. There's also another game you can play called Blankety-blank Stories. Let me show you how. For this game, you'll need these strips and a marker from the crate. Oh, and also a pencil from home. First, wrap the wheels with these strips. Then write a word in each space. Check out these guidelines to choose your words. The yellow strip gets adjectives. The blue strip gets nouns, and the red strip gets verbs. To play, pick a story, either Supper Time Surprise or My Monster Friend. Then spin the wheels. When the wheels stop, find the part of the story marked Spin 1. Use a pencil to write the word in the matching color blank. Repeat step 2 for the parts marked Spin 2 and Spin 3. When all the spaces are filled out, read your story. Yeah, that's a pretty funny game. Let's try out another one. This one's called Random Answers. Random Answers is a third game you can play. To play, first wrap 2 wheels with the random answer strips in this order. Then ask a question like, should I trust the answers I get from this machine? Now spin to see what answer you get. No guarantees, but no for now. All right, let's try again. I'm thinking yes. Nice, I'll trust this machine then. What's cool is that you can design your own game. Load the wheels with the blank strips and then use a dry erase marker to add any art or words you want and play your own way. Ooh, I think I'll call this one Gary the Horsefish or the Seahorse. Now, if you run into any trouble while playing, don't worry, I've got you. If you keep hitting the spinner, when you push the plunger down, be sure the green screws here are tightened all the way. If the spinner stops spinning very quickly, first, check that the spinner isn't touching the cover anywhere. Then, make sure the foam isn't touching the spinners. And also, check that the strips are fully pushed into the spinner bars. See Part B, Steps 6 through 8. Now, if the plunger comes apart, check that the screw here is tightened all the way. See Part A, Steps 10 through 13. If you need to replace the O-ring, grab an extra O-ring from your crate. Remove the top screw temporarily and see Part A, Steps 9 through 16 to replace the O-ring. And if the gear shaft falls out of place, first make sure there's no gaps in your base. And also check that the foam circle is in the right spot. Now, you might be thinking, what makes the spinners spin in just one direction? Well, the spinners have metal tubes in the center called clutch bearings. Inside the tube walls, tiny balls roll along the metal shaft, and the spinners roll along with them. The tube wall is specially designed with wedges on one side. So, if the balls try to roll in the other direction, they'll jam into those wedges. That stops the balls from rolling, which stops the spinner from rolling too. So that explains why the spinners go in one direction only. Thanks so much for building with us today. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Hi, I'm Adora, a content designer. Okay, are you ready to spin your way into some fun? I'll be playing as 2 players just to make it, that's 4. If the spinner stops spinning, so if the balls try to roll,